Alright, so here I got another battle that I had a few weeks ago, so I don't really remember too much about it. So, this other dude's using a rain team, just like I'm using a rain team, but his team actually benefits a lot more from the rain than mine does. Pretty much the only thing that benefits from the rain on my side is the Azumarill, which again isn't going to be doing anything this battle because he has a Ferrothorn, a Politoed, but mainly the Toxicroak, which is a giant threat to my team, and he's also got a Tornadus, which is also going to be a threat. So, looks like Azumarill, yet again, isn't going to be doing too much. He does have a Kingdra though, which is interesting since Swift Swim plus Drizzle is obviously banned. And yeah, so I'm assuming it's probably going to be like a sub Dragon Dance set with Sniper. And that thing, I don't know, it doesn't really look like it has too many things to set up on maybe my Politoed, but to be honest, I'm probably going to let Politoed die pretty soon because he does have the Toxicroak, and Toxicroak are pretty much set up on Politoed all day, so the Toxicroak's probably going to be my main concern here in this battle. He has a Jirachi, which is going to be kind of annoying, but not really, since if I manage to hit it with the waterfall with the Azumarill, it's going to do a fuckload, and then I always got Lucario, which should be able to take a few Iron Heads and Stealth Rocks and stuff and set up on that bitch, and close combat should be an easy 1-hit KO after the +2. So I'm going to send out Latias. I don't really know why, but he sends out Jirachi. This isn't going to be a good matchup for me, obviously. So I'm expecting Stealth Rock here, or maybe Iron Head. But he goes for Thunder, predicting my switch, so that's pretty good. Probably should have went out to Ferrothorn here, but I'm still thinking this is a specially defensive Jirachi. So I'm going to go into Mamoswine to scare it out with Earthquake. But it turns out he's faster, so that means he's earning some weird-ass fucking Jirachi set. And that's what I get for always assuming standard sets. So now my shit just got fucking wrecked, which is kind of good because I was kind of relying on Mamoswine to take a Sucker Punch from that Toxicroak. And yeah, now I go into Ferrothorn, which probably would have been the better move in the first place, since, you know, I could get on my rocks and set up some lead seed. He's ended up staying in here for a Thunder. I don't know why. He's not going to be able to KO me with Iron Hand, especially not if I get lead seed up on him. So I'm thinking he's probably going to realize this right now and switch out to the Toxicroak here. So I'm going to go again for the lead seed, but I get Paragged, so kind of sucks, but whatever. Now I'm either expecting the Cross Chop, the Swords Dance, or the Substitute, maybe a Bulk Up, so I'm going to go into Politoed to try to encore this bitch. And it turns out he does go for the Swords Dance, so if he'd have gone for Cross Chop there, I kind of would have been in a situation, since nothing on this Politoed could touch the Toxicroak except for Ice Beam, so he would have had the opportunity to set up then. So I do encore him, and then I'm going to go into Lucario to try to set up my own Swords Dance on him. He knows this, so he's going to switch out to his Politoed No, he doesn't know this. He just decided to switch out because he was encored. So this is still pretty good for me because I know I could take a Scald. I'm kind of betting that, or not betting, but I'm kind of hoping that it won't burn me with the Scald. So I end up going for the Swords Dance, and he actually ends up going for Earthquake. So this dude is running some really fucked up sets here. And I don't really care because I live the Earthquake, and it looks like I still have 2 or 3 Life Orb hits. So that's going to kill off the Politoed, and now he's going to go to this Kingdra. So I'm assuming he's not going to run Jolly Kingdra, and he's probably going to predict the extreme speed and go out into his Ferrothorn, so the combination of Life Orb damage plus Iron Barbs would be able to kill me off. But he either predicts that or doesn't really care or doesn't know about extreme speed. But I stay in here and my Lucario dies, which is kind of good because I could have easily got a KO off on that Kingdra. So now I'm going to go into Latias as he's going to withdraw Parley into his Ferrothorn, which he does. But I think I predict that, and I go into Azumarill trying to get off a superpower on this bitch. Either this or the Toxicroak. Toxicroak probably only going to take like 40% after, maybe not even 40%. So whatever, I'm just going to click superpower, hope he becomes a retard and stays in here, which luckily he does, so that's pretty good. I don't really know why he didn't go into Toxicroak, but maybe he thought I had Earthquake on this guy or something, but I don't. So His shit's looking kind of fucked up, which is good because now it means it won't be able to take too many hits for my Latias. I'm gonna go into Mamoswine now, go straight for the Earthquake and kill it off, but he ends up going to Toxicroak. I don't know why. He could have went into the Tornadus to dodge the Earthquake. Then he would have got Ice Sharded, but I think he would have lived. And I don't know. The Toxicroak, which was the main threat to me, just died. So yeah, I don't really know. Now he's gonna go into Kingdra. I'm just gonna go for the Ice Shard because I assumed he was Scarf since he outspent my Lucario, but he locks himself into Hidden Power, I'm assuming. So either he's Scarfed or he's timid. Either way, I'm going to be able to come in here with Latias and outspeed it if it's not Scarfed. And if it's Scarfed, Hidden Power is not going to do shit since I'm assuming it's Ice. But as you all saw there, he ends up switching moves, outspeeds me, and goes for the Draco Meteor, which means he's running the illegal combination of Swift Swim with Drizzle. Even though I didn't exactly see Drizzle on his Politoed since mine set it up first, I'm like 100% sure his shit did have Drizzle because he has a pure rain team with the Tornadus and the Toxicroak and the Kingdra and the Jirachi with Thunder. So this dude pulling some bullshit on me, which is kind of gay. Luckily the Draco Meteor did miss, so it didn't matter too much since I'm going to go into Ferrothorn here and start using Gyro Ball on some shit. And he ends up going for a Hammer Arm. So now I'm going to predict him to go for the Hammer Arm again and go to Latias to resist it. That would have been pretty bad if he predicted my switch and went for the Hurricane, since Hurricane probably would have killed Ferrothorn at that low HP, but he doesn't, so that's really good. Now all he's got left is this Jirachi and the Ferrothorn, so I'm trying to get off some damage here, hoping he would kill me with Iron Head so that I can bring in my Politoed and proceed to destroy him with a Hydro Pump. Since he is fast, he's not going to have too much special defense, which means I should be able to kill him due to the stab rain boosted Hydro Pump. But he ends up going for the Wish, which is kind of gay because now it looks like I'm not going to be able to do enough damage to where Politoed's going to come in here and kill him off. But he goes for Thunder here. I don't really know why, but I don't give a fuck. This dude's making some really fucked up moves. But I don't know, maybe he was thinking Parahax on me. I don't fucking know. But he probably should have went into Ferrothorn there and passed the Wish off to it, even though I'm not sure if it would have taken a Surf. It probably would have, but this dude is just a scrub, and I'm only uploading this because I could only beat scrubs. So I'm going to send out Politoed, Hydro Pump this bitch, and then Hydro Pump that guy. So I don't know, maybe it probably wouldn't have taken the Surf because I do have Life Orb and the Rain up, so I don't know. The worst move he did was to bring in that Toxicroak though, because that Toxicroak would have easily ended up sweeping me if he knew what he was doing, but he didn't. So yeah, comment, rate, all that shit, I'm out.